so this is Houston Talks. We're here with.
I'm Andrew Shaw, quarterback, Ripon High School.
I'm Michael Evans, wide receiver and safety.
I'm Gavin DeSena, slot receiver and corner.
Walker Lemur, right tackle, nose tackle.
Jaden Becerra, linebacker and running back.
All right, so how does it feel to not lose a game since freshman year and even before that? Now your guys' record is 23-0. How does that make you guys feel?
It's pretty cool, but we haven't really done anything on varsity yet. So, we still have a lot to prove, I feel like, for sure.
Yeah, it's cool. Like we started this as freshman year, so it's been cool to see us build over the years, and we got 2 years left, so hopefully we can keep the streak going.
Yeah, I just think it feels great. That's all I gotta say.
So what do you guys think of Houston as a team?
We watched their film and stuff. They look like a good team. They're well coached. They got some good players. It looks like. I think it should be a good game.
No, yeah, for sure. They got some weapons on offense, but I think it's nothing we can't handle.
Yeah, watch the film. Proof is in the pudding, man. They got some dogs on the offense and on both sides of the ball. But I'm low-key sad Gabe's not playing, so I'm gonna miss him out there. Yeah, I'm gonna miss G4 out there.
I think they're a great team, well coached, and they have a really good O-line, D-line, so I definitely be a fun game.
I'm just excited to see the matchup. I think it's going to be a very great game, and it's just going to come down to at the end see who's more of a dog. So
there you go. So who do you guys look forward to playing this year?
There's a lot of good games on the schedule. Going to be some tough matchups, but personally, I'm excited to play Ripon Christian. It's right across the street, and I think it's going to be a good night for us.
Yeah, last year we got hoed by Ripon Christian at third crib, and I feel like that's not gonna happen this year. Especially we kind of had people in the wrong spots last year, and this year, especially the JV kids coming up 10-0, it's gonna be different.
Yeah, I want to play RC too. We got a lot of good games coming up in league. The CVL is really deep, but me personally, I think Escalon, because that's just been a ongoing rivalry, and I just want to play them.
I'm looking forward to most of the Sonora game. I think last year a lot of people thought us winning was a fluke, and I kind of want to show that it's not.
yeah, I'm just more excited for Escalon. That's just a big game ever since I was a little kid. So that's just who I'm excited for.
So what does it mean to play for Ripon?
It's special to me. I grew up going to all the Ripon games and stuff, and it's like a close community and stuff. So it's really cool to be on the varsity team now.
Yeah, man, out in practice, man, we're like a family. We're all really close to each other. It's not like anybody getting left out during practice and stuff like that. And we have fun out there, man. So it's like a big family out there.
Yeah, it's cool because I've grown up in Ripon my whole life, played for Ripon schools, and I've went to all the Ripon High games. So it's cool to finally be at that stage where I'm playing on Friday Night Lights, and it's just good to play. And obviously with all my friends I grew up with, we're all playing, so it's cool to see.
Oh, it's cool. I moved here, and one of my first memories coming to Ripon was coming to a Ripon High game, and it's cool now that I'm on that big stage.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's just real cool playing for Ripon. I've been here almost all my life. A lot of my brothers that are on the team, I played with them since I was a young little kid, so I feel like it's really good, and just the community is really well-rounded.
A player from Ripon that stands out to you guys?
I love all my brothers, of course, but one teammate that's really been standing out to me so far this year, got to go Kale Rangel. He had a great offseason, got bigger, stronger, faster. He's our running back, by the way. He's been having a great season. He's got 7 touchdowns, I think, this year, so he's going crazy.
Yeah, man, one of my teammates, Andrew Shaw, great guy. He's my QB. All my success on offense kind of relies on him. So, that's my dog.
I'd have to go with Tapeti Piney. He went crazy this offseason, put in a lot of work, and it's definitely showing, and I just pray that he has a great year the rest of the year.
I'm going to have to say it's a Petty Piney, too. It's just great knowing that on the other side of the line, I got a dog like him.
I got to go with my man Walker. This fool, he's a dog. He puts 110% every single play. If he wasn't out there blocking, none of our offensive success would be able to be there. So.
Oh yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on Ripon Christian? Would you guys call them your rivals?
Yeah, I would say they're our rivals. It's right across the street and stuff. They're a good team this year. They have some good players and stuff. So it's gonna be a good matchup. I don't have anything crazy to say, but yeah, I would say they're our rivals for sure.
Yeah, man, we're in the same town, man. We're right across the street from Andrew said. So I definitely think it's a pretty big rivalry game for us.
Yeah, I would say it was a big rivalry. They're across the street from us, so that's big in the town of Ripon. So, and obviously last year I wasn't on varsity, but they played varsity, and that game didn't go their way. And we want to get that get back this year, and that will happen.
I think they're a rival. I think they're not one of our biggest yet because we haven't played them as much in these past few years. But I think the more we play them, they'll continue to grow as a rival.
Yeah, I'm kind of agree with Walker. I think more of a rival for us is Escalon. I feel like they're more of like a little brother to us. So.
Oh shit! So what is the hardest team you guys played last year?
So when I got moved up to the playoffs, like I got moved to varsity for playoffs, we played Liberty Ranch and we got smacked up a little bit. So I would say they were the best team we played last year for sure.
Yeah, man, 0-35 isn't a good score to and it isn't a good game to play in. So that's definitely the hardest team that we played last year.
I would say at the JV level, the Hillmar, that squad was pretty solid. They got a lot of young talent, a lot of young freshmen on that team, and they were pretty good. So, yeah, definitely it's like I want to see the future with Hillmar.
I would say probably Liberty Ranch, 0-35, not great. Few picks, few fumbles. We just weren't ready for that game.
Yeah, probably just Hillmar at the JV level. They're a pretty good team, solid, very head clashing type of game.
So who's a team that you guys would want to play that's not in your guys' schedule?
I'd say probably Grigori. It's like pretty local to us, and yeah, I would say definitely Grigori.
Yeah, probably Grigori. Grigori for surely.
I'm not going to speak too much on it, but Grigori,
D2 program, I think, right close to us. And I think we could beat them.
Me personally, I'd want to play Oakdale. I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't want to play Oakdale.
So what's your guys' favorite game that you guys have had in your high school career so far?
I would say last year at the JV level when we played against Hillmar, that was a really fun game. They were talking crazy, and we stopped that real quick. So that was my favorite probably.
Probably this year we play Enox. Last year I didn't really get a showcase like how skilled I think I am, and so this year they put me on the field. I'm playing offense and defense, so I really gotta just show people that like I am decent at football. So yeah.
I've had a lot of good games that I'd say were like I liked in my high school career, but I'd say Golden Valley this year. It was the first varsity start I've ever had, and I played pretty good. And just like the environment of varsity football compared to JV football is way different. So like I definitely would say Golden Valley.
I'd say my sophomore year on varsity when we played Linden. It was a crazy game and my very first start on varsity ever.
I'd say for me, my freshman year against Central Catholic, that was a real fun game. I got to score some touchdowns, play with all my brothers, so it was real fun.
So who's the future prospect for your program?
There's some dogs on our JV squad actually. Quarterback, DB, his name's Jacoby Salinas. He's a dog for sure. And then I got to say he's a freshman on JV, Jesse Vega. Yeah, he's a dog. I love watching him play.
My boy Jonah on the freshman level, he a dog man number 3. What the same number as me, bro? That's my dog, bro. Jeez.
I had to go with Chris Alfaro. He's a running back on the JV team, and that's my cousin too. So shout out to him. I think he's going to be good in the upcoming years.
I gotta say, just Vega too is my brother's boy, freshman on varsity or freshman on JV, and then also Kareem Sarah. He's another lineman down on JV.
I gotta go with my boy Joshua Gonzalez and my other boy Owen Hoy. His season got cut kind of short this year, but he's a dog.
So what are Ripon's strengths?
Offensively, like we kind of do a little bit of everything, but I would say we've been running the ball real well this year. Like I'd say our biggest strength right now is our offensive line. They've been coming out of the gate and playing amazing football the first couple games. So I'll say our offensive line right now.
Yeah, we got some dogs in the trenches, protecting my boy Andrew Shaw back in the pocket. So I feel like our O-line is probably a strength.
Yeah, I'd say O-line for sure. This guy, Andrew, he's got hella time in the pocket. Running backs running behind them, pulling guards. Walker's doing a good job. The whole line's just been doing hella good. And, we're not going to win games without them. So I really appreciate them.
I would say our D-line, almost every run is obliterated seconds, and the pass. The quarterback has maybe 2-3 seconds before we have either a DT or D-end in the backfield.
Yeah, I got to go with my boys on the D-line. Whenever I'm out there on the defense, I look at my D-line, I'm like, I know that these boys going to get through there. So I think that's the best.
What are your guys' plans after high school?
I'm going to try to go to college, maybe play ball, maybe not. We'll see. And then probably I might become like a high school teacher and maybe a coach hopefully one day. I feel like that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go to JC for football. I haven't really turned up till this year. And so I'll probably go to the JC round and maybe play somewhere I want to, like a 4-year in college.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going to JC for like a year or two, maybe play some ball there, and then after that, I'm gonna really focus on like going into a trade and trying to get a job in like welding or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same as Gavin. Go to a JC and get a job in the trade, probably like HVAC or electrical.
For me, it's either I'm gonna go to the Air Force or I'm gonna become a lineman. So
What is stronger, your offense or your guys' defense?
I'm a quarterback, so I got to say offense. I feel like we have a dynamic offense, run game, pass game. I feel like we do everything well on offense, so offense for sure.
Yeah, definitely offense. First 2 games, we score like, what was the first game? Like
50 and then 60.
50 and 60. Yeah, bro. And then the score, I mean, our defense is good too. A lot of the points they score in the last like couple minutes of the game was kind of doo-doo time. So definitely our offense for sure.
I'd say both sides of the ball are pretty good, but I'd have to go with offense too. They're doing their job in like putting up a lot of points on the board. The defense obviously is doing their thing too, but I'd probably go with the offense.
I gotta say, it's really who shows up more. That night, our game against Oakland, it was 7-6 at halftime. The offense didn't really show up until the second half, and their defense held it down for us and kept us in that game.
yeah, for me, I'd probably have to say our offense as of right now. But like, don't get it wrong, our defense still does its job. But yeah, probably just the offense right now.
So what is your guys' goals this year individually?
Individual goal for me is just try and keep the turnovers low. We don't want to be throwing picks and stuff. That's the worst thing you do as a quarterback. So I would say keep the turnovers low.
Yeah, at the end of the year, I'm trying to get recognized as, all team for offense and defense. So I take pride in playing both. So probably that.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Mike. I start both ways on offense and defense, so definitely like getting all league on one of those.
For me, it's just building a name for myself, allowing 0 sacks this season, and getting first team all offense.
For me, it'd probably just be like a stat leader on the defensive side of the ball, just leading tackles or whatever it might be, and maybe sacks, who knows. But just definitely put my name out there on the defensive side of the ball.
So what is your guys' goals as a team?
We want to do our best to compete for a league championship in the regular season. We had a couple down years at Ripon at the varsity level, so we're trying to get our name back out there in a positive way. So I would say compete for a league championship and hopefully go on a playoff run, try and get a section title.
Yeah, definitely get that blue banner, man. We haven't got that in a minute. And make a run in the playoffs. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd probably say like win league. The TVL is pretty tough. A lot of like the TVL league is deep. A lot of good teams, and if we could showcase that we're the best in that league, then definitely be something good to like talk about. And then obviously make a deep run in the playoffs and win sections.
I think definitely section title. That'd be amazing, and just bringing back like Ripon's honor. We haven't had the best few years lately, and just kind of showing that we're bouncing back.
Me personally, I like to shoot for the stars. So I say like sections and then even keep going farther than that. You know what I mean? Just show Ripon that, we're their football team. So just kind of give them that.
The last time you guys won a state championship was 2019. How are you guys trying to get back to another state championship?
It's kind of just about like hard work and trying to stay disciplined. We had a really long, tough off season, started back in the spring. So I think, if we just work hard, play together as a team, I think it's something that's a possibility for sure.
Yeah, definitely the team aspect of it. They were really tight-knit. They had a lot of chemistry on that team. So I feel like if we can kind of mirror that, then we'll probably get the results they get.
Yeah, if we can mirror that same like chemistry they had, then that will definitely be good like in the playoffs. And they obviously they had like 20 players, so they kept their circle small and like they had team chem. And if we have that same team chemistry, we could make a run in the playoffs because like we have the skill to do it. We have the coaches to do it. We have like the organization to do it. We just need to get it done.
Definitely that chemistry and just staying disciplined like they were. That's the biggest thing for us.
Yeah, I think it's all just kind of playing as one unit, not being kind of selfish out there on the field. Just play as one, and then eventually at the end of the day, bring it home.
So what are your guys' hobbies outside of football?
I like to just like hang out with my friends and stuff, go get some food, hit the gym, stuff like that.
Yeah, man, I just stay out the way, man. I'd be just in the gym, chilling at the crib,
I like hanging out with my friends and family, getting some food and just having a good time.
I like hanging out with my friends and family, and then during the winter, I like to go skiing a lot.
Me personally, I just like to work and just hit the gym, hang out with my bros. That's about it.
So what do you guys do in Ripon?
A lot of times we go out of town to do stuff. I'll go to Modesto or Manteca, go to the mall. But in Ripon, I was like, go get food, go get Dutch Bros and chill or something.
Yeah. I mean, once you've done everything in Ripon, you kind of done everything in Ripon. It's kind of small. So, like, probably just go to Modesto or Manteca, go do something.
Yeah, Ripon's hella small. There's not really much to do because, like, once you're, like, at a young age and you do everything, it's, like, there's really nothing else to do. So, like, it's cool being in Ripon, but, usually we just go out of city and do stuff.
Yeah, probably just go out of city. I know there's like one thing really a week, the farmers market, but I don't go to that stuff.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. There ain't nothing to do in this town. I'm gonna be 100% honest, bro. There ain't nothing to do.
So how did you guys prepare for the Sonora game last year to beat Sonora?
We came in with that underdog mentality, bro. All last year we're underdogs, so I feel like we just kind of fed our energy from that. So yeah.
Yeah, just that underdog mindset. Like we had like the brand new coach, new head coach, and just no one expected us to win. That's kind of what drove us to win, and we were basically playing from the bottom, and we can only go up from that point.
Is there another sport that helps you during football season?
Yeah, absolutely. I run track as well. I'm a sprinter. Shout out Coach Velasco, track coach, best track coach in the 209. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely track and field. Me and Andrew on the same 4x1. We'd be running it for real. But shout out Coach Wood, my jumping coach. He's the guy.
Yeah, I got to go with track. You got to get faster, and that helps with your speed a lot. I play hoop too, but that doesn't really translate to football like that, so definitely track.
I say wrestling when I did it helped me stay lower, and it just helps you like be able to move quicker.
I don't really do any other sports, so I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Do you guys remember the game when you guys played Houston freshman year that y'all gave the concussion to?
Obviously, that game was heated. I remember that game very vividly, and it was towards like the end of the game where he got the concussion and got carried out on a stretcher. And no matter, like I said, no matter how much I hate you on the field, I never want to see that happen to like my opposing player.
Who's a player that you guys look forward to playing this year?
Just everyone on Ripon Christian's defense, every single one. So I'm really excited for that one.
Just whoever's lined up against me at corner. I'm an ex, and I like to compete. So
I'd probably say Amos Cady, RC receiver, and I'm a cornerback. So hopefully that's a good matchup. So I'm looking forward to that.
I gotta say, Charlie Hilmar D line and O line. I know they have some dogs like that. Justin Ortiz kid.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't got nobody to call out. I'm just ready to play whoever.
So how long have you guys been playing football for?
So I started playing tackle football in 7th grade. I played for the Ripon Chiefs.
me and Gavin playing like 3rd and 4th grade junior or Ripon nights for like junior novice and novice. And I got like an injury, so I stopped playing. Then I started playing again my sophomore year, and I've been playing ever since.
I've been playing since I was 6 years old. I played for the Ripon Knights, and I've just been playing ever since. And then obviously now I play for the Ripon High.
I started in 8th grade. Once this year's done, it'll be my 5th year. I was a scrub back in the day.
I've been playing since I was 6, so same time as Gavin. I play for the Chiefs.
Who's a coach that has helped you guys a lot throughout your journey?
Oh, that's a tough one. I've had so many great coaches that have helped me a lot, but I guess I would say Coach Jake McCreath. He's an offensive coordinator. He's my offensive coordinator the last 2 years, and he's made a big impact on my game.
Shout out J-Rod, our DB coach, man. Back in JV when I was a scrub, he actually like believed in me and like put me in a game. And ever since I've been, being good. So.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Mike. J-Rod, he's always believed in me no matter what. If I had a bad game, he always, told me to keep my head up, and I really appreciate him.
I gotta say, my old line coach, Samuel Osvito. Yeah, he really molded me into the player I am today.
I like to say Coach Jason Doherty. I've been with him since I was a younger kid. He's the one that's always believed in me and kind of like drove me to be the best version of player I am. So I like to say him.
You guys weren't playing the position you guys were playing. What other position would you guys want to play?
I would say probably left guard. I feel like that'd be like a cool spot for me. Playing O-line looks cool, and I think I'd be pretty good at it if I was a little bigger.
Probably QB, man. I can sling the rock probably better than Andrew can. But, yeah, probably quarterback.
Jeez, you're not getting the ball.
Yeah, and I have to say QB. You know, he's a second string. I'm the third string, so and I think I could sling it better than him too. So
Damn.
so I definitely say QB. You know.
I'd have to say running back. You know, I got a carry in the Enoch's game. I got 7 yards and almost a touchdown.
Me personally, I want to play corner. I feel like I'm a corner inside of a linebacker's body. So yeah, I'd just probably say that.
So who on the team would you guys not let date your daughter?
Who would I not let date my daughter? That's tough, man. We have so many. Probably Tip. You know, I don't know if like everyone else like probably doesn't see it, but yeah, I probably would not let him near my daughter.
Probably Armin Graywall. You know, he's a little grimy, so like probably Armin.
I'll probably say Michael Evans.
Great ass guy.
I just, yeah, you're not dating my daughter, bro.
I'd say any of the receivers or running backs except Joe Rangel. You know, he's a pretty good guy. Yeah, especially Mike Evans.
I'd definitely say like Christian Taylor because you know he a sus little dude. So I don't know. I would not let him come near my daughter.
Damn. All right, so what's a message you guys want to send to the TVO?
I would say just that we're going to come out and compete every week and be physical. You know, it doesn't matter who we're playing or where we're playing or like what people think the score's going to be. We're going to come out, we're going to compete.
Yeah, we coming.
We is coming, but this is a different Ripon High varsity team, and I just want to say like we're going to compete every week with whatever team is against us.
Oh, we're not that same 4-7 team from last year or the same 2-8 team from a few years ago.
Be ready for what's to come. Jeez.
Damn. So we're here with
Andrew Shaw, quarterback.
Michael Evans, safety wide receiver.
Gavin DeSena, slot receiver and corner.
Walker Lemur, right tackle nose.
Jaden Becerra, linebacker, running back.
All right, that's Houston Talks, and this was Ripon.